Good morning, everybody. It's Ben Jones here with Bedford from Bronson Coffee Roasters. Today is Friday. It's the last day of July in 2020. We're not going to have another one of those again. Unless you go back and replay this video, then you can pretend that it's 31st of July, 2020 all over again. Because we need to make 2020 as long as possible, clearly. All right, I'm just kind of dilly-dallying, knocking some time out, letting folks join. It's good to have you all back here in my workshop. We're going to look at, try to have some fun on Friday. And brought in a fun little brewer. We do a lot of work with Chemex. We at Bedford from Bronson, we really love the Chemex company, love their brewers. Typically, we just deal in the standard glass body Chemex, kind of go with the classic, because it is a fantastic little tool. Eric, good morning. Thank you for joining us today. I wish we could carry every single fun tool in the whole world. That'd be really fun if we could have all those things on our website, in our stores, get ourselves hands-on with them, let you all play with them a lot, but we can't. Fortunately, if we can't carry it, I can say go to chemexcoffeemaker.com and you can find for yourself their latest brewer, the Chemex Funnex. For anyone who's familiar with the Chemex company, I'm sure you know about the 3-cup Chemex, often called the baby Chemex. This is very similar to that. It has the same shape. Major differences being that this is a sit on top of a mug brewer. So you can do iced coffee much more easily. It's more compact, so it fits on the shelf a little more nicely. My favorite part of this, two things. One, it still uses that amazing thick paper filter that Chemex is so famous for. The other is that this is that double-walled construction. Double-walled borosilicate glass, so this is going to really insulate, maintain that heat stability. It's a serious step up in terms of control beyond what the baby Chemex, the 3-cup, lets you do. This comes with this little silicone flap on it. I don't know if you can see, it has these little ridges. Those, when you put this on, it protects the glass from the bottom of your mug, but also those little ridges allow for the breathing for the coffee as it drips through. The air from the mug can move outward. So let's play with this a little bit. Another thing I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and forego my favorite diner mug today in favor of another double-walled borosilicate glass from Chemex. This is their little Chemex mug. It's a 10-ounce mug, so I'm still getting my same daily dose. I'll set that up on top of my scale. These are the filters that we use in the Funnex. Same ones that are used for the 3-cup baby Chemex. Got some flies buzzing around here. I'm sorry. We have to do a bit of folding. So first thing we're gonna do is hold that up and fold the tab down. So now we have just a nice flat top on there. With the tab staying outward, I'm going to just fold it in halvesies and give it a little crease. So now we have this 90-degree arc. I'm then going to fold that in halvesies once more. So I now have a ice cream cone. I like to leave that tab on the outside just so that it doesn't catch coffee. On here we have one flap open, two flap open, flaps 3 and 4 are connected. That is our brewing cone. So we'll just pinch that open and we have a filter cone. All right. Do y'all know the story of the waffle cone? It was a happy accident, the way it was invented. It was a hot summer day somewhere. I don't really know where. I like to pretend it was at a zoo or something, because I like that. And essentially, The ice cream cart was bombarded with business because it was so hot. He ran out of bowls, couldn't sell more ice cream, but then the waffle cart next door wasn't doing so hot because nobody wanted to buy waffles on a hot day. So he then, just curved his waffles into a cone shape and said, here, use these little waffle bowls. Anyway, fun little stories. All right, so always give that little rinse, especially on these Chemex filters. I love them, and I dislike using a non-rinsed Chemex filter simply because it will impart some paper taste. Let that drip through, and then I'm going to make sure to pour out that. And if you ever are curious about if a filter gives paper taste, take your rinse water, give it a smell and a taste, and if you taste paper, rinsing is a brilliant idea. The coffee I'm choosing today, if you've been watching our videos, I'm sure you are expecting this. Battle from Bronson's, Colombia Las Brisas. I love the honey that's in there. I love the citrus tones, that little cocoa, the nuts. This for me is one of the quintessential coffees. It just tastes like coffee, and I really love it. Went ahead and dosed and pre-ground out 19 grams of coffee, and this is right in the middle on my Brazza grinder. This grinder ranges the finest setting 0 to the coarsest 40, so I'm right at a 20. You want to have that nice kind of chunky coarse drip, or maybe even French pressy kind of coffee for this brewer. It just likes a little bit of a medium to medium coarse grind. All right. This brewer is designed to brew up to about 15 ounces. Is what it works pretty well with. I really like to do to stick to my 10-ounce diner mug. So I have my coffee in here. I'm going to go to timer mode on my scale, and we're just going to start right in the middle, just like we always do, a nice little bloom. Target bloom on these is twice your weight, not your own personal weight, but twice the weight of the coffee grounds being used. You can use a little chopstick to stir if you like. This brewer does pretty good at getting everything saturated without having to poke around with another tool, which is nice. A real great feature of the Funnex, this really tall column gives a very small target for that water to pour into. So it's real easy to nail your coffee without having to worry too much about breaking up the whole surface of it. Some people dislike column style brewers. There is a really solid argument for moving toward flat bottom. If you look at most of the commercial brewers, for the large batches, they're going to be flat bottom. But just because there's an argument for something doesn't mean it's the right thing. Sorry, that's the school teacher in me starting to come out. With the Funnex, I like to just keep adding water, just slow, nice slow rate, just to keep the water level inside constant. Let it drip through. Benefits of this tall column, like I said, one being it's an incredibly easy target to pour into, so you don't have to worry about circling around too much and creating a really uneven bed. But this tall column provides an incredibly complex cup of coffee. We can take this same Las Brisas and brew it in a flat bottom, and it's going to be delicious, but the complexity will be reduced. So when we talk about complexity, imagine if we took the same base flavors. I mentioned citrus, cocoa, honey. In a flat bottom brewer, in a cupping bowl, things of that sort, we would get very pronounced, clear flavors. As we increase the complexity through this brew, through this vertical column, we're still going to get honey, cocoa, and citrus, but all three of those are going to be expressed in very different ways. It might have some toasted honey, some warmed honey, some creamed honey. The citrus, we'll get some brighter citrus and some more muted citrus. And that'll manifest in a sweeter citrus with that honey. We might even get some flavors that we wouldn't get in the flat bottom. Critics of the column say that's because it's due to an uneven extraction. I will say that the bottom coffee is being exposed to water longer than the top. And yes, in terms of the individual particles, we're getting a less uniform extraction. But with that, what we're getting is that increased complexity. All right. I got to talking too much, and I kind of overfilled by about 15 grams, so I now have a very tall cup of coffee here. My recipe, 19 grams of coffee, multiply that by 17. That gives me my water dose. This smells so good. I'm looking forward to this. Well, it's hot. Let that cool for a moment. Chemex Funnex. There we are. Double walled borosilicate glass. Cleanup on this is super easy, just like the Chemex. We can just grab our paper, put that to the compost. That'll become dirt for the garden. Today, I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to give a rinse, because I think I might make a couple more cups of coffee today using this one. That's great. If I take off the rubber ring on the bottom, I can just give that a rinse. And if I'm inclined, this can go into the dishwasher, totally dishwasher safe. I typically just wash my coffee equipment by hand. And that is the Funnex from Chemex. Again, we don't sell it at batdorfcoffee.com. We have other Chemex products, mostly just the filters and the brewer. They're both great options. The brewer is, I love this iconic, whether you get the glass handle or the original wood collar. This is a brilliant brewer. It's summertime. We're having our hottest weeks so far. Lemonade, iced tea, batch up some cocktails in the evening. Pour in your glass of wine if you're looking to decant a bottle of wine for those parties that we're not having right now. All right. If you don't have the Chemex there, visit chemexcoffeemaker.com and you can find the Funnex along with their other Chemex brewer products, including your own little double-walled Chemex mug. For all your coffee needs, check out batdorfcoffee.com. The Chemex and all their Chemex products, they're brilliant for a whole range of coffees. You can use medium roast, dark roast, all the way up through the Italian darkest that we offer. Blends, they're all great choices. The Chemex coffee brewers are just great ways to make coffee. And I like to use Batdorf coffee through my Chemex. So there's that. All right. Check out the comments. We've got some good discounts going on. Free shipping on orders $30 and over if you choose the standard shipping option. Save 10% using our special thank you for watching the video code of watch and learn 10. Just type that in and save 10%, because who doesn't want to save 10%? It's pretty rad. All right, that's all I have for you today. I'm going to show you one more thing though while I got you here, because I really like the Chemex. There we go. Look at that. My whole house and workshop are actually decorated with a lot of the Chemex printings and things, just because I really like them. Kind of a sucker So come back Monday. I think on Monday we're going to look at not the AeroPress, but let's look at their latest brewer, the AeroPress Go. So see you back here Monday morning. That'll be the first Monday of our 2020 August. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Have a good weekend. Go do some good in your community.